Where I am now, better before, through those open doors. Where I am now, where I am now, I'm in a special place, a tender warm embrace. Where I am now. It's now time for the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world. This FYI radio show with your host, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton. I'm Ed Everett, the co-host. The music that you hear in the background is none other than Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton, where I am now. Where I am now. And if you'd like to see us live in WGPL 1350 studio, all you have to do is go to Edward Everett's Facebook page or Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton Facebook page. And guess what? You can see us live right here in WGPL 1350 studio. And if you want to hear us on all over the world, all you have to do is go to www.christianbroadcastingcompany.com, or you can go to WPCE 1400 AM or WGPL 1350 AM, and guess what? You can hear us all over the world. And now I want to introduce to some and present to others the host of the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton, and a pleasant good morning to you.
The whole wide world, Mr. E?
In the whole wide world.
Good morning, and we want to welcome WGPL 1350 AM listeners.
And WPCE 1400, good morning, and Peace 95.3, good morning to you.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, Mr. E.
Would you, could you, will you be my neighbor?
Now, we don't want to forget Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube. Make sure you like, share, comment, follow, and subscribe. If you comment, we'll shout you out later on in the show.
You said like, share, comment, and subscribe?
Like, share, comment, subscribe, follow, and comment. Did I say comment again? How many times did I say comment, y'all? It's Fun Friday.
Like, share, comment, subscribe, and follow.
All of that.
All of that and the above.
And we'll shout you out later on.
And it's Fun Friday.
Show.
It's
Fun Friday. I don't have any jokes, but I tell you what, it's beautiful here in the Hampton Roads area.
Now, I have a funny joke for you this morning. If you just let me go ahead and
we'll give you a chance, another chance, Mr. D. This is your last chance.
All right. There was 3 little pigs.
Oh.
There was the mama pig, the baby pig, and the little pig. Mama pig saw the big bad wolf coming, and she ran and told the father pig. What did the baby pig say?
Oink, oink.
Wee, 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 wee.
Oh. Mr. E, we're going to send you back to the comedy club and get you some new school jokes.
I thought maybe I'd throw that in there because I thought that it was Fun Friday, and I thought that folks, lottie-dottie, and everybody would enjoy it.
I got to ask my girl Sheila Robbins when she come on, what does she think about it? You know, she's always testing and listening to your jokes. Your numbers are not favorable, but maybe this time she'll have mercy on you, Mr. E.
Have mercy.
With the pig and the duck jokes.
And the pig and the duck jokes.
Anyway, it is Fun Friday. We're here to have a good old time. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Hope you all are ready for a wonderful weekend. And I hope you're going to do something that's really fun and exciting. I'm going to do something fun and exciting on tomorrow. And the next day, I'm going to do a little mini staycation.
You just came back off vacation.
I know it. And I'm going to do it again and again and again and again. You know, the summertime to me, it always makes me feel like moving and going. And, now that some restrictions have lifted, I got a chance to do a little bit more now.
So you going on a vacation?
It's a staycation.
What you call it?
A staycation.
A
That means it's not
staycation.
far, but it's not home. I'm looking forward to that, Mr. E.
Good.
But in the meantime, it's Friday, and we're going to give you all some job listings.
Beep, 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 beep.
Mr. E, are you ready?
I'm ready. I am so much ready to give the job listing to everybody that's looking for, and those who don't are not looking, but know someone that needs a job. There was a song got Miss Hinton a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
Get a job.
Oh my goodness! And who sung that, Mr.
Get a job. That was during the time when what's his name? Fonz was Fonz, a Happy Day.
Oh, Happy Days.
Yeah, Fonz was that. Get a job. Get a job.
All
Listen,
right.
if you need a job,
we have plenty of them.
That's right. We got plenty of jobs for those who are looking for a real job, not fake jobs. Don't forget the hire teeters, and there's programs around the town for those who've been incarcerated and looking to go forward. There are jobs available for you. The Peninsula of Aging is looking for a transportation coordinator, a veteran transportation programmer, option counsel for the Veteran Directive Care Program, a volunteer coordinator, a van driver.
Okay, and the LGBT Life Center, they need a IPV crisis counselor. They also need a housing case manager.
Art for Learning, the Virginia fiction of young artists and program manager they're looking for. And the Prime Plus, looking for a contract wellness instructor.
Park Place Dental Clinic, part-time dental assistant. They also need a part-time paid dentist.
Listen,
I don't know why that tickles me, but I mean, what other kind? Well, okay, go ahead,
unless you're gonna do it voluntarily,
absolutely, and there are clinics like that.
Peninsula Reads looking for executive director, and for kids looking for an after-school assistant in Suffolk, alumni program coordinator, intake specialist, a clinical service coordinator, and an education advocate.
And Achievable Dream, they need Director of Community Affairs in Enrico. The Girl Scouts of the Colonial Coast need a program facilitator, a recruitment coordinator Southside, a recruitment coordinator on the Peninsula as well.
Operation YMCA of the Virginia Peninsula looking for a youth and teen experience executive, a center executive director, and Operation Blessing looking for a foundation relations specialist.
Lake Prince Woods, they need a resident services coordinator. The Art Center, they need a visitor services assistant.
Virginia SPCA is looking for a volunteer coordinator, a cafe manager, an animal care tech.
The Art Center again need a special event coordinator. The Barrier Island Center, they need a part-time music teacher.
Civic League Institute looking for operational and member manager. And the Arts again is looking for a marketing intern.
Boys and Girls Club of Southeast Virginia, they need an office manager and executive assistant.
For kids is looking for a service assistant, a housing specialist, a family wellness coordinator.
And the Hampton Roads Community Action Program, they need a director of program innovation and transformation. Now, these are already listed on FY Radio Show's page, on Facebook, Yolanda Hinton's personal page, and Edward Everett, aka Mr. E. You can go to his page and find it as well.
And don't forget that if you've been incarcerated and you're looking for an opportunity, looking for a job, there are programs all around the town that's looking for folks to work for them. Harry Teeter's, Lowe's, Home Depot, and Ford Motor Company, and much, much more. They're looking to hire you. So don't go around saying you can't get a job because you've been incarcerated. They have now special programs, Federal Express, United Postal Service. All of those are looking for folks who wants to work.
Absolutely. Mr. E, I think we have some COVID updates. What do you have for us?
Well, Ms. Hinton, the COVID update, they said is rising, but it's rising in other cities and not in Virginia.
Really?
North Carolina cases are, there's 19 cases, COVID-19 cases, and the wastewater level is flattening after the spring wave. Hospitalizers still rising. So the numbers, they're letting us know that the numbers are changing. And listen, that you need to get out and get your, they found, surveillance found 22 million particles last week in the water.
Oh, yeah, COVID?
Yeah, in the water. COVID, the 22 million particles in the water. The week before it was detected, it was 26 million particles in wastewater.
Well, that's a lot.
And then North Korea, another disease outbreak aimed for the COVID virus 19 wave in North Korea. So 4.5 million are out of the country. 26 million people has fallen ill due to the unidentified fever, but only 73 people died.
And that's in North Korea.
That's in North Korea. So we're taking you all over the world with this virus.
Well, I tell you what, it's good that the numbers are down here in the States and Virginia. You all are doing good. I think mostly all, not everybody, but people have gotten their shots. I think there's another shot coming in there, Mr. E, another booster.
There is another booster that they got going out for folks that, that take it out. Pfizer and the German company has joined together to to put another virus, a shot out here. The question is, Ms. Hinton, are you going to take another booster?
Mr. E, don't ask me that question. I hate to say it on the air. I don't want to discourage or encourage nobody to do nothing. So in that case, Mr. E, there's something else attached to COVID. Tell us what that is.
Yeah, there's a whole lot attached to COVID. There's some children, the updates on the children that the children are having to go to get their vaccines. 2 children under 5 years old. They're ready to take the shot.
Absolutely. And we're talking about some other things like evictions.
Yeah, Miss Hinton, all over the world, there are evictions going over now that if you have not paid your rent during the pandemic, in Seawall, in Seaview Apartments in Virginia Beach, the pandemic today. Listen to this. Starting Friday, people struggling to pay their rent in Hampton Roads will have fewer protections against eviction. As thousands of residents across the Hampton Roads get ready to pay their next month rent on Friday, those struggling to make ends meet are getting hit with another obstacle. Virginia Beach Housing and Neighborhood Prevention Department said because of the virus and pandemic protection expired, tenants are more at risk of losing their home.
Well, let me give you all a little bit of a word of wisdom. You see this list right here? It's our current job list. You're going to have to double up, triple up so you can make ends meet. These folks are not going to have any sympathy. Did I say sympathy?
Dun, 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 dun.
Sympathy. But let me say why, Mr. E. These landlords, I'm trying to tell you, they want their money.
Listen, when you said something about landlord, effecting July 1, which is today, landlords can now give tenants a 5-day notice to pay overdue rent.
Oh,
Originally,
did you say 5-day notice?
5-day notice. Originally,
Okay.
the states are also required landlords with at least 5 properties to provide tenants falling behind
Oh my
on rent
goodness.
with a payment plan. The protection is now gone
Oh
away.
wow.
This charge is leaving many residents asking what comes next. But Shine said there are ways to get help before it gets worse in Virginia Beach Home
Mm.
Resource Center.
We knew it was coming. We talked about that, Mr. E, how Mercy was here. Mercy was standing here and helping folk to get through the pandemic. But once the pandemic was over or cleared a little bit, the numbers were going down. The landlords and everybody else that wanted their coins were going to come after you.
The bottom line is adequate supply of affordable housing for low and moderate income families are likely result if we don't do something to the local, state, and federal level. It's going to be out.
Well, you all, like I said, go ahead and get those extra jobs, start that business, or do something to make sure you can stay in your homes. You know, don't nobody want to live on the street, and
That's
there's
right.
too many homeless people now. And so, you're going to have to do something. You're going to have to get out there. Good
You,
morning, Desi Combs. How are you?
you know, they say,
Desi says, wow. And it is a wow because I'm telling you, I don't believe at all it's a wonderful, good feeling to be out in the street.
Miss Hinton, when I began to look at it, and they said Portsmouth, Norfolk, Newport News Redevelopment Housing Authority. If you and they are paying much low rent out there. And guess what they saying to folk? You gotta go
You gotta go.
in the housing area. You gotta go.
Mhm.
In these apartments, I saw the news the other day that there are people, because the tenants the landlords, the slumlords, have not kept the elevator and things up there working right, that they shut down the seawall, the apartments, and
Yes.
folks don't have nowhere else to go.
Well, I tell you what, these folk are not playing. The landlords want their coins. The city want their coins. Everybody want that money. You know, when you talk about the pandemic, everybody was in the same boat. And now that the numbers have gone down, there are people that standing by and say, "Hey, I've suffered too. I need you to. Hey, I need you to pay. I can't give you no compassion. I can't give you the compassion now. It's
That's right.
over."
That's right. I want to say good morning to Miss Sheila Robbins. Thank you so much for tuning in to the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world. That's FYI Radio Show with your host, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton. I'm Ed Everett, the co-host. Yeah. So if you owe back rent, my brothers, my sisters, if y'all owe these folks some money, get ready to get evicted. They're putting folks out by the scores.
Yes.
And now, not only that, they're gonna have the folks come and set your furniture out on the front.
Mm,
I saw in the news where there's so many people that had
yes.
U-Hauls trying to fill
Mhm.
U-Hauls up.
Yes. Jesse said he just fed a homeless family. And so, yeah, homelessness is all around us. I mean, we see it, and it don't matter if you are male or female, a child or what, there are plenty of people that are living under bridges. They don't have a steady home. They're out there in cars. I mean, it's just amazing the homelessness that's in the world now.
Because folks cannot, and their jobs are available. And then I think that some people, Miss Hinton, don't want to work. Yeah, I think that a lot
Mm.
of people don't want to work, and especially those who got that hustle going on,
Mhm.
and even though the poor you're gonna have with you always, and you can't tell whether or not a man or woman is poor or going through in between, a struggle. But at least we can try to help them as we travel along the way.
Yeah, we can try to help the agencies and the nonprofit organizations that try to feed and house and clothe people. they are struggling too as well. And so if those that have would continue to give, because sometimes when things happen like this, Mr. E,
Uh-huh.
folk just stop giving. They stop giving to the church. They got stop giving. They just stop giving, period. And you got food banks that are suffering. Those homeless shelters, they cannot house but so many, and they need money, and they need volunteers and stuff. And people just shut down sometimes during crises. And we need everybody to kind of like wake up, and see where you are and see that there are needs out here. People that are not, we're doing good, we may be doing better than some. So those that are not doing good, they depend on us to help.
Miss Hinton, the news and the presidents of the United States has been talking about a drought in America. We are coming to that fork in the road because prices are so high, gas is so high, food is
Yes.
so high, and they're talking about economy going on a drought, shutting it
Yes.
down. You do it look like we're getting to that point now because everywhere we turn, they done start shutting down folk in redevelopment housing authorities and in public housing, and they're shutting down places where it's not safe. The lady said on the news today, even though that the fire extinguisher is not up to codes, and we have one elevator that's running properly, where is she gonna go? And then there was a senior lady that was walking out with her bags in her hand, and she was saying, "Look, thank God I got somewhere, some of my friends to pick me up because I sure didn't want to go to no shelter."
Wow. So, Mr. E, these are the signs of the time. It's a lot of trouble in the land. And we're hoping that, everything gets back to, people are saying, a new normal,
Yeah,
where
yeah.
people are able to work and they're able to feed their families and they're able to care for one another. People will continue supporting the church and the nonprofit so they can continue to give to the community.
And that's what it's all about, giving and giving until you can't give no more. And then because, you expect the church, you want the church to help you. And if you don't give and help at the church can't help you.
Well, Mr. E will be off on Monday. We
That's
just want to
right.
announce and tell everybody
Independence
that.
Day, yeah.
Independence Day. I hope you all are going to do something wonderful. And I know they're going to have the fireworks out, and people are going to be celebrating and having cookouts and whatnot. And so Mr. E decided to take off.
That's right. I decided to take off today just to enjoy the 4th of July.
Yes, you got to have a day off sometime.
They are going to start celebrating the 4th of July down in the ocean fronts and down in Norfolk at the beach. And 9 o'clock tonight, fireworks will start going on.
Oh, how wonderful. So we have some upcoming shows for you all that are listening to us via radio. And Mr. E, give us some of that tea.
Here's what's coming up real soon. Rhonda Drive will be with us. Miss Gabriel Pickett Pickney would be along with us. Miss Deborah Harris, Mr. Earl Bynum, and Mr. Thomas Green will be our special guest. Sports talk, what's under the hat, issues concerning men, and our Fun Friday segment.
And Miss Edwina Wilson should be a
I don't know
part
why
of
I
our
can't
segment.
get Miss
Yes.
Yeah.
We're going to also be serving that tea, honey.
Tea.
And we're going to, summer fun, we're going to find out what's going on in this community and beyond for the summer, for the kids, for the families. And we're going to share that information with you all. Mr. E, I want everybody to follow us on social media. This is a campaign. We've been trying to get folks to make sure they go on our social media page. Now, if you're on Facebook and Instagram and LinkedIn, Twitter, we're posting those links for you. And you can go right to them and go ahead and like, share, subscribe. You can also make sure you tell us what you're doing, where you're from. If you have any suggestions for the show, you can do it right there as well. But we need numbers. We want to go on Instagram and TikTok live. But you need a certain amount of numbers, and we want you all to help us to make our quote.
And all you have to do is like, share, like. And if you got an Instagram account, if you got a TikTok account, just go ahead and hit us and like us and share it. And and let us follow us and follow us. That's all you got to do. My Instagram account, mine is Pastor Ed1. That's all you got to do is follow me at Pastor Ed1 and tell your sister, brother, friend, dog, cat, the monkey, and the rat, and tell them to, hey, like, share.
Yes. Also go to IFYI Radio for Instagram for our FYI Radio show page, or the lady underscore Crystal Records, and that's CRISTORECORDS, the lady underscore Crystal Records. Go there. You can also go to Facebook. That information is up there, all our pages. All you have to do is actually kind of put our name in. You'll see us come up on Twitter and all the other ones, LinkedIn, and you'll find us very easy. So don't hesitate. We want to definitely add those two platforms.
I bet you couldn't do that again.
Do what, Mr. E?
Crystal, say that again. Spell it again.
Crystal Records, CRISTOCORDS. Now, listen, we also want you to go to our website and check us out. We've gotten our website up, and we're going to have a lot of things up there right now. You can get the ladies' music, the ladies' book. You can get also our cup.
That's right.
Mr. E is
That's
serving
right.
that
That's
tea, and
right.
we're gonna be serving that tea in a few minutes.
You can get the
I
cup
want you all to
FYI.
yes, and so anyway, we want you all to make sure you just connect with us. If you follow us, we'll follow you back, and we appreciate you all helping us to reach our goal.
That's right, and that's what it's all about: helping one another as we travel along the way.
Now, Mr. E, we're going to be serving that tea today. We're going to talk a little bit about what's going on with
I feel
the sentencing of R. Kelly. Now, we want you all after the show to come and join us on any of those social media pages. R. Kelly.
What's going on with
Kelly. Well, you're going to find out because they.
I believe I can fly.
That's right. The sentence came down on yesterday, and I'm telling you, they didn't spare him not one
bit. If I can do it.
Most people thought that he would get at least 10 years. R. Kelly has found himself 30 years deep. Woo!
30 years
30
deep.
Years
R.
deep.
Kelly sentenced to 30 years in sex trafficking cases.
Well, we're going to talk about it.
Why he can't sing that song now?
I'm telling you, he can still sing it, but honey, it's going to be behind bars. And it's really a shame. We talked and we researched the case and we have information about the case. And I'm telling you, it's not a pretty picture. And so we're going to be serving that tea on that. We're going to talk a little bit about the BET and some of the things that was on the BET show. What is it? The music award show.
Yeah,
not
Steph
just
Curry.
BET show, but the music award show. Go ahead, Mr.
Steph Curry, who made the NBA, made most valuable player for the basketball game, NBA, and he's going to be hosting one of these shows. I mean,
wow.
he's going to be the host, the MC. He's going to be the host and the MC of a show.
Oh my goodness! Well, that sounds mighty, mighty, mighty
Speaking
good.
of hosting,
yes,
and MCing.
We can do that too. For your special event and special occasion, you all can contact us. Mr. E's going to give you that information. Actually, you can go to FYRadioShowLive@gmail.com. You can find us there, or you can go to Gig Salad.
Yeah.
And you can go through that agency and you can find us there as well, the lady and Mr. E. And you can have us to come and be a part of your great, great events and your marvelous, marvelous shows.
Don't forget the ladies' pie.
The ladies' pies, honey. Make sure you all reach out to me. You can inbox me on Facebook or LinkedIn or either one. DM me. And also you can call 757-470-0224.
And you won't be sorry. They got ladies' pies. They got cookies. They got muffins. They got cupcakes. They got pie. What you call those?
The little minis. Mini pies.
Mini pies. You just want to go and get you some PIE.
And you can have it for your special event and your special occasion. You don't have to wait till Thanksgiving to do a good old sweet potato pie. You can definitely have something for dessert on any occasion on Sunday after dinner, whatever.
Yeah, I know that's right. I know that's right. If you like to order the pie, the telephone number to dial is 757.
470-0224.
Don't forget, if you want to be a special guest on FYI, all you got to do is go call us at 757-714-7861 or inbox us or email us at FYI
Radio Show Live
at gmail.com.
It's been a beautiful time. The time went real fast, but we were glad to see all you all up here. Make sure you come over to social media so we can talk about dat tea. We're going to be serving up dat tea and giving you details of some of the things that are going on with the R. Kelly case. Be blessed. Have a wonderful weekend. We'll see you on Wednesday.
For the past 30 minutes, you've been listening to the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world. That's FYI Radio Show with your host, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton. I'm Ed Everette, the co-host. If you'd like to be a special guest or intern, or you like to support FYI Radio Show, all you have to do is inbox us at Edward Everett's Facebook page, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton page, or FYI page, or you can call 757-714-7861. Don't forget to join us Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 9:30 to 10 right here on WPCE 1400, Peace 95.3, and WGPL 1350, and on all social platforms. Don't forget to have a wonderful 4th of July. And don't forget to be safe too, okay? Bye now.
So we want to say, all right, good morning, y'all. You ready to serve that tea, honey? Y'all got your teacups. If you don't, you can get them. All you got to do is inbox us, and we can definitely get serving that teacup to you guys so you can share. Now, listen, if you all want to serve that tea, we got a couple of interns that's going to be sending us some tea. But if you all want to be a part of this segment, all you got to do is inbox us or email us an FYI Radio Show Live with some tea, honey. And we will definitely serve it up. Serve it up or stir it up. I'm telling you. We have a disclaimer, though. It's got to be stuff that's in the news already. We're not going to make stuff up and lie on folk. You know, we may have a few allegedly and a little bit of gossip, but I can assure you that we will have tea that's already in the news. So it's like that. But anyway, it's a wonderful day. It is such a beautiful day here in the Hampton Roads area. We are so glad you all have joined us. Desi Combs, how are you? Desi Combs. Desi Combs, put your information down there where people can contact you. Desi got a wonderful, beautiful studio in Elizabeth City. Well, near Elizabeth City. And it's really beautiful. If you all are interested in any kind of recording or any project, he'll put that information right there in the chat and let folk know how they can find him, contact him. Also, of Sheila Robbins, Baby Bird, how are you? What you going to do for the 4th of July? Anything special? And I look forward to us getting together. You know, the pandemic is kind of like moving away slowly, but, you know, people are still hanging out. I would love to get together with you. It's been a minute. It's been a long time. And would love to hang out with you. Who else is up here? Mr. E, we got James Overton. Good morning. Hope things are going well with your show, you and your family. And, you know, we just thankful for you all that are up here and giving us your precious time on FYI Radio Show. Mr. E, everything right? You all got things straight?
We got it.
Yes, Mr. E. We're going to serve that tea.
I want y'all to get your coffee cups. Now you cannot serve the tea unless you have an FYI cup. Pretty soon we're gonna have FYI tea to go with the FYI cup. So in order to serve the tea, with the lady and I, all you have to do is get your cup, and you can go to you can call us at 757-714-7861 or inbox us and let us know, that you want your FYI cup and tea. All right, ready to serve that tea. Let me see his mind piping hot.
Yeah, it's piping hot. We ready to serve that tea.
Yeah.
This is bitter too. This is bittersweet, because here it is, another black man that has found himself in the arms of the Fowler, which is jail, prison. And it wasn't a light sentence. We're talking about R. Kelly. He was sentenced to 30 years in sex trafficking, honey.
You see, Miss Hinton,
sex trafficking.
One thing I dislike is how the national world news has really put it out there on him. When you look at the topic up here, it says R. Kelly sentenced to 30 years in sex trafficking. Then underneath that, it says a judge found the I believe I can fly.
Mm-mm. They said it. Oh, Lord.
Guilty of racketeering and other counts last year.
I wonder if you all have any sympathy on R. Kelly, because he is a singer. He is 55 years old now, in prison Wednesday for using his superstardom to subject young fans, some just children, to systematic sexual abuse. See, and that's where the sympathy rolls away from me. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
I know a lot of people, well, he's the great. He's this and he's that. But, the music is one thing. And a lot of people stomped and did all kind of things. What's some of the dances you all were doing?
The twist, the Watusi.
No, he wasn't back then. He was back when they was what you call it, in the name of love.
That's right. Stop in the name of love. Stepping.
They were stepping and doing all kind of. We all was stepping. I was stepping at the weddings and whatnot, honey. And honey, as soon as he was found in mischief, and that was a few years ago, not just now, everybody stopped stepping and paid attention. Because stories were coming out about R. Kelly that he was doing some foolery, and he was sitting up there messing with the little ones. Now, Mr. E, when I first heard of his misconduct was when he was dealing with Aaliyah, the singer Aaliyah, who died in a plane crash. And so, I was like, all right, Kelly, she's a little girl. You married her. What's that all about?
A little
girl. But that was just the beginning of the tea that had come out on R. Kelly. The word was that he was around there using young girls and young boys that happened to be coming in his little corral, his circle. Parents wanted him to produce, and girls and boys wanted to be singers, and all of a sudden, they find themselves not just in the studio, but in the studio being abused and being molested, and all kind of things happening. He began to just traffic and just mess with all kind of individuals. And this is the thing. He got off, Mr. E, a few years back on child pornography and all that kind of stuff because a video had come up and said that he was, doing some, I'm not even going to say the word, on a young person. And so, he got out of that one. But the word in the industry was that this man is the type of man that would use and abuse children. And people knew, and they stood back and did not say a mumbling word, honey.
Miss Hinton, one of the hurting part of it is that the parents of these children, they knew that he was doing something.
You think Aaliyah's mama knew that he was molesting her?
I believe because
they knew. Guess when they knew? When she ended up getting pregnant.
That's right. And she was a young girl, and trying to find out who the daddy is. United States District Judge
Ann Donnelly opposed the sentence after hearing for several survivors who attest to how Kelly exploited exploitation reverberate across their lives. You made me do things that broke my spirit. I literally wish I would die because of how low you made me feel.
Yeah.
Said one of the unnamed survivors, directly addressing a Kelly who kept his hands folded, his eyes downcast. Do you remember that? Kelly did not answer the court. The sentence capped a slow motion fall from Kelly, who adored the legend of fans and sold millions of albums, even after allegations about his abuse of young girls being circulating publicly in 1990.
Well, let's address that because this is the thing. And the victims were saying in the same article that because of who he is, who he was in music, an icon, that they are being persecuted by people that don't want to let it go, that don't want to believe that he could do so many things. You got so many people that have come up and they're serving that tea on him, and folks are saying, okay, yeah, he might have done it, but he's a hero, and we're gonna do. They got folks want to do all kind of things, so kill them. They want to persecute them. They want to do all kind of things because he's who he is. Now, let's talk about that, Mr. E. And if you all want to chime in, chime in. Do you think just because a person is a celebrity that they should get a pass? I'm gonna tell you one thing. I wouldn't want them near none of my youngins.
That's right.
I'm gonna tell you that right now. Stepping or not stepping. I don't want you near my children because the harm that he has done to these folk is just unbelievable.
You know, Miss Hinton, that gives the music industry a bad name because you figure that this guy who's supposed to be a producer, a songwriter, who's supposed to have everything going, and folks trust their children to be with him and in the background. Now, is this going on all over the world in studios after studios? Are studios like that where the celebrities are taking advantage of innocent people? Or is it going on to the point where folks trying to get their music out there, trying to spend their hard-earned dollars to get known around the city, and when they go there, they got to be somebody's slave?
Let me tell y'all something. There's so much going on in these studios. It don't make no sense. Now, you singers got too much time on your hand. Don't tell me you got time to sit back, make money, go on tour, and sit up there and molest and rape and carry on with folk, do drugs. I mean, carrying on. You don't have nothing else to do but carry on in your life. You know, they were accusing T.I., and this is allegedly, I don't know if T.I. did it or not, but all kind of stuff in the studio and behind the scenes, and taking strippers and whatnot to wherever they would go. And they said that there were so many things happening with drug abuse, and the tea was served on him, and I'm not sure what's happening. I do know they pulled his show from under him and endorsements and things like that. I don't know if it is going to court or have, but these are allegedlys, and this is the tea that we're stirring up that's already out there. We're not trying to accuse T.I. or nothing, but I'm saying he is finding himself in a mess because somebody had come forth and said this man is doing all kind of things, he and his wife, to women and men behind closed doors.
Do you think for 1 second, Miss Hinton, with all this stuff that's going on, that these producers, songwriters, and stars, hit writers, singers, that, like you said, that gives them a pass when they see something like this, who's taking innocent little girls and innocent little boys, and they turning them out, trafficking them, and then you get lawyers that would try to go to their defense and say he only should have got 10 years instead of 30 years. I really believe that the sentence was too light. The 30 years was too light because you done messed up these little girls. You done sold these girls to your buddies, your pals, and your friends, and you were doing all sorts of things to these children, to these young folk, and they still don't have a contract. They still ain't making no money. They still back to square one. And I think that he should have got more than that. They should have took some of his millions of hits and gave him the revenue from those songs, because these children now are ruined for the rest of their lives.
It says that the Brooklyn federal court jury convicted him after hearing that he used his entourage of managers, listen y'all, and aides to meet girls and keep them obedient. Obedient, what are we talking about? Slavery here? An operation that prosecutors said amounted to a criminal enterprise.
You know, that's sickening. That is so sickening. And then he got other folk, other people that working around him that's providing these little girls and holding them hostage, locking them in rooms. And you know, this is one of the heartbreaking stories that I ever want to hear from a singer. And it always has to be an African American black man who has made it to the top. A young black man, 55 years old, has did bad things to these children and you know, and had turned them out trafficking.
Yes.
And they got everybody that was with R. Kelly should get some time too.
Says Kelly-born Robert Sylvester Kelly used his fame, money, and popularity to systematically prey upon children and young women for his own sexual gratification. Prosecutors wrote in a court filing earlier this month. Several accusers testified that Kelly subjected them to perverse and sadistic whims when they were underage. And honey, the tea is, if you all could see the tea that's on him, the things he was doing, we can't even say it on the air.
Look at this.
We can't say it on the air, honey.
You know, some said that they believe the videotape he shot of them having problems with them would use against them if they exposed what was happening.
Yes.
What was happening? I like to know. And somebody, you know, they shouldn't do the same thing to him. He shouldn't get. The heart. They shouldn't do it to his family, nor to his children or anybody else. But I think that he has to be made an example for the music industry of the power that he has. The power that this man displays, singing songs like "Step in the Name of Love," "I Believe I Could Fly," and then he had another one, "Trapped in the what's the name of that song?
In the closet.
Trapped in the Closet, a cult classic. You know, "Trapped in the Closet," and multiple parts of tales of sexual behavior. You know, I think that everybody ought to really pay close attention to this. Parents and everybody that's going into the studio, please check these studios out. Drugs and all this dope smoking and folks being in the closet, coming out of the closet, and they tell you that this is the way the business is. You know, Miss Hinton, and everybody, I heard people said the other day they should shut them all down.
Oh, Lord. It says the accusers alleged they were ordered to sign non-disclosure forms and were subject to threats. They didn't get permission, honey. Not that these minors non-disclosure form and were subjected to threats and punishments such as violent spankings if they broke what one referred to as Rob's rules.
Wow.
Some said they believed the videotapes he shot of them having sex would be used against them if they exposed.
Read the next one for our listeners.
According to testimony, Kelly gave several accusers can we say this stuff?
Yeah.
I don't know if we can say this stuff on. It says that he gave them diseases and STDs and coerced teenage boys to join them in doing certain things. We're not going to read all this stuff because I'm not sure if we can say certain things over these what you call the streets, social media streets. But
Tracy Porter said he's sick.
And we can say that.
Yeah, we can say
We
that.
can say that, but I'm saying if you all want to see details, and we're not going to give details like that because they are definitely heinous, you go and check it out for yourself. And for those that are defending him, go on, you can keep on stepping and defending him all you
Step in the
want.
name of
But
love.
like I said earlier, I don't want him around me or my youngins,
All
all my youngins, or my grand
nobody's
youngins.
children.
Because I'm saying he's been coined and he has been convicted as a dangerous predator, and he is sick and he needs help. Now, in this article as well, they talked about him being a victim himself as a young child. Every day for, I mean, days and days and days at a time, you had someone that was really doing things to him, and it just became a part of him. They usually say abusers abuse.
That's
And
right.
they said that he himself was a victim of abuse coming up. He was illiterate. He couldn't read. It's something
And he
how
making
somebody
money.
that brilliant as a
Can't read.
songwriter, he couldn't read at all. And so he had low self-esteem, and his brothers talk about him a lot. His brothers had, I believe, allegedly said that they had been molested as well. And so he came up in dysfunction, and he got into dysfunction as a result of what he had gone through allegedly. And also, when you are exposed to the money and all that you're exposed to in these industries, you can become a worse animal. What you are can become worse. You can become, if you was molested and been molesting folk, and then all of a sudden you are thrown into multi-million dollar businesses and stuff. All you're going to do is become bigger. And Oprah talks about that. She says, when you get money and fame, you just become more of what you are. And so can you imagine him learning those habits and things like that, and becoming even worse as he's exposed to more people, as he's exposed to children, as he gets a pat on the back to all these folks, all these yes folks. And that's another thing in the industry, honey. When you got folk around you, and you the man or you the woman, and you the idol, and everybody saying yes, 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 you can't say no. They bringing you anything you want. They giving you anything you want. You think you have a privilege and have a ride. Tiger Woods talked about that, Mr. E, as well. Sip, sip. Tiger Woods said out of his own mouth that he thought he was privileged, had every right to have any woman, anytime, anywhere he wanted to. And they get that spirit.
Do you think Bill Cosby had that spirit?
When you got too much time on your hands.
Say that what you said the other day about money. When you got too much money.
People got money and they have too much time. You see the habits of folk. You'll see the habits of people when they have a lot of money. Sometimes they don't know what to do with themselves. They end up in degradation because their mind and imagination, it can't go nowhere but to the left. They're not staying productive. They're not in places that they need to be. They want to party and feel good. A lot of times there are a lot of drugs and stuff around some of these, in these environments, these party environments. A lot of things go on. And so, they have the time to just up for a whole lot of folly. But they're making all the money in the world. What in the world they got to do but have a good time and follow? I believe that Bill Cosby was a victim of that type of trend where he said, I'm the man. I got the money. Hey, I'm going to the Playboy. I'm going to the Playboy Mansion.
Everybody dreams of going to the Playboy Mansion. So Bill said, I'm going. Hey, I'm going to the mansion.
Bill said he going to the mansion.
And like Tracy Porter is saying, Tracy Porter said it so good, so clear, that she said, the devil has his mind to think that he was okay to do the most degrading to human. Well, the scriptures is right. And the Bible says an idle mind is the devil's workshop. When your mind is idle, ain't doing nothing constructive, you leave room for all poison and cults and things. The thing that I read here, Miss Hinton, they said he had a cult going on.
A cult,
going on. I mean, this is dangerous. It was R. Kelly's Follow him or die. Follow him or die. A boy who has been hurt through his lifetime, a boy who's been through the storm in his life. Now he's taking that out on
Yes.
somebody else. He's using that as a weapon to hurt somebody else, somebody else's child, because somebody had done something to him.
Yes.
I think that, folks who are doing stuff like that are sick-minded people, and they bring a lot of problems on somebody else. It's just like they saying that because he's a songwriter, he's a music man, he's a singer, he's a producer. Now that label has now spread it throughout the whole world, that all industrials alike, all singers, all songwriters, all these folks that has these studios, and you got to be very careful and cautious when you go there, because they know that you might be gullible. They know that you're trying to get your music played. They know that you're trying to do the songwriter, and they know that they got you in their way.
The thing about it is, these artists, some of them are not doing things like that. But then sometimes you have an entourage, that circle, which will do anything. They'll do anything, some of these folk. And they will pull you in, and they will say, well, I know so-and-so, I can get you behind stage.
Yeah.
Come on, let's party with us. Come on, and let's do this and that. And they passing folk around, and they drugging them. And this is just a known fact that ungodliness is in the industry. And people are speaking out and saying, look, not so. Now, in this article, they mentioned the Me Too movement.
That's right.
The Me Too movement got a hold of this story, baby. And I'm going to tell you one thing about that Me Too movement. That Me Too movement was shutting down everything they could shut down, honey. Anything that was attached to any kind of sexual abuse was shut down. If you notice that these folks were being kicked off their jobs, fired, when anybody say sexual harassment, they were put out. A man didn't have a chance. All you had to do was say it. Just say it. And the Me Too movement had just infiltrated our world and our country, wherein you wasn't going to get past them.
That's right.
If they hear that the whistle was blown on you, you was gone.
That's right.
And that was a trend. It still is a trend, because they're still putting, men away quick, because they're not going to put up with it. They say, me too. The women are saying, me too. I've been abused. I've been put in that position, and we're not going to take it no more.
In 1997, Miss Hinton, as we begin to talk about R. Kelly, he got sued by a woman,
right,
allegedly sexual harassment while she was a minor. He got sued and later faced criminal pornography charges related to a different girl in Chicago in 2008.
Yes.
I mean, if he got sued in 1997, will you think a light bulb would come on that he was doing something that was not right? You think he was too far in the game to stop what he was doing? Or did he have that kind of lifestyle when he was a kid and couldn't get away with it? How is it that in 1997 he could not read? They didn't. He didn't go to nobody's school. He wasn't held accountable to go to school. He grew up. Because in 1997, everybody had to go to elementary school. Everybody had to go to grade school. So now here, this man cannot read nor write, not read, but he can write and then turn around and allegedly get caught in a ring just like that and taking everybody down with him.
Well, it's not allegedly. Now R. Kelly has gotten 30 years, 30 years.
That's too less of a sentence.
And because of trafficking and violating young people and slavery and all kind of things, he is going behind bars.
Do you think that he feel any of this remorse? Do you think
they
he
said
feel
that
any
he didn't.
pain?
They say he couldn't hardly give eye contact to the victim, and he was sad. His lawyer said he was sad, and maybe he can sit back and think about what he's done, and maybe he will have regrets. I mean, he's got a long time to sit back and think about
it. That's
some
right.
of the things that he's
And then
done.
I would put him in a 24-hour, 23 in lockdown, and 1 hour to get recreation.
Well, I tell you what, we done served enough tea on R. Kelly,
I'm
honey.
upset with
That's
it.
a terrible animal we're dealing with, and we're really sorry that he has come to this end. This is the thing. Opportunity don't come all the time, and God gave him an opportunity to be one of the greats, a great songwriter, a great singer, producer stuff. You had the opportunity, R. Kelly, but you did not see it through. You did not bring other fruit. You didn't have the fruit of the Spirit to make you be somebody that will go out with a great reputation and have that reward. So sorry about that. Another one bites the dust. But you all make sure you be careful and protect your youngins. Protect your youngins. You got to make sure that they are not exposed to everything too soon. You got to make sure you don't have them in the hands of people. A daycare center, you make sure you check them out. Schools, you check out when they doing sports. You got to check out where your child is, because you got that fowler, you got that ungodly, you got that predator out there on every corner trying to do a number on our youngins.
You know, and that's the hardening part of it. You know, these sick-minded people are opening businesses, are having business everywhere. These folks, I'm, you know, Miss Hinton, today I am full. I am so upset with R. Kelly. I am so upset with R. Kelly because of this thing that he has gone far and beyond what he could possibly do. You know, when I look at that, it was enough that Bill Cosby had to go through it, you know, and all that he has done for the public. Hey, it's Bill Cosby, and having all these shows and
giving money to our HBCUs
and going and doing seminars. Look at all this mess, and behind that screen, behind all of that, that's not a real man. That's a predecessor of
predator. Yes.
A predator.
And so, look, this is what's in the news. You all can Google it yourself. They got it all on YouTube and all in the, you can all on social media. You go out there and you can see what's going on. And like I said, keep your family and children safe. There are more predators than just singers. Tracy said he's not the only one. There's more just haven't been exposed yet.
Wow.
And so, and that is definitely true. Mr. E,
we got to
get out here. But thank you all for joining us. Thank you for letting us serve that tea. And we'll see you all back here on Wednesday. We're off on 4th of July. But you all have a blessed and wonderful holiday.
Thank you so much for tuning in to the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world. That's FYI Radio Show with your host, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton. I'm Ed Everett, and guess what? We've been serving that tea. Don't forget to join us Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And for more information, give us a call at area code 757-714-7861. Our inbox is at Edward Everett's Facebook page, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton's Facebook page, our FYI Facebook page, or email us at FYI Radio Show live@gmail.com. Don't forget to have a wonderful, wonderful, safe weekend. Bye now.
God bless you all. See you back on Hump Day.
2 up, 2 down. VA.